In this video, we are going to summarize the entire Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 campaign in 8 minutes or less. Modern Warfare starts off with a CIA operative known as Alex on operation in Verdansk. He's attempting to intercept and retrieve a shipment of Russian chlorine gas. They confirm the chlorine gas's location before being abruptly attacked by an unknown organization who steal the chlorine gas from them. As Alex debriefs his superior, Chief Laswell, she's concerned about the situation they now find themselves in and calls upon the SAS for the help. The story cuts to London where we meet Sergeant Kyle, also known as Gaz Garrick, who is tracking down an Al-Qatala terrorist cell. Before Gaz can intercept these suspects, a massive terrorist attack and hostage situation unfolds at Piccadilly Circus. When the dust settles, Gaz reveals to his new acquaintance, Captain Price, that they actually had intel on this situation but didn't have the clearance to make a move. Price then somehow recruits Gaz into his team, and we cut to a brand new fictional country, Urzikstan. Here we see our CIA operative Alex meeting with Commander Karim of the Urzikstan Liberation Force. Commander Farah Karim and her brother Lieutenant Hadir Karim both share a lifelong mission of ending the 20-year-long Russian occupation of their homeland, Urzikstan. The CIA and the Urzik militia cut a deal. The Urzik militia will help Alex locate this stolen gas. In exchange, Alex will help them overthrow the Russian occupation. With the Al-Qatala claiming responsibility for the Piccadilly bombings, we cut back to London and the SAS are assaulting a Camden townhouse in London based off of Gaz's counter-terrorism intel. The townhouse is an absolute gold mine and they pick up leads on the leader of this Al-Qatala terrorist, known to them as Omar the Wolf Suleiman. The intel points the CIA towards a hospital back in Urzikstan, suspected of giving refuge to the Wolf and his men. Alex and US Marines storm this hospital and capture the Wolf. They take the Wolf to a US embassy in Urzikstan where they are met by an angry mob of Al-Qatala forces led by a nasty chap nicknamed the Butcher. The mob breach the embassy in an attempt to free their leader, the Wolf, but Alex alongside Farah, Hadir and the SAS managed to relocate the Wolf to a different US compound. Al-Qatala forces also breached that not-so-safe compound and managed to release the Wolf from his prison cell. With the Wolf now freed and his right-hand man, the Butcher, they go back into hiding in the city, but not for long as the SAS chase them down. The Al-Qatala leaders then flee the city and make their way up the only road out of the city, nicknamed the Highway of Death. Farah and Hadir have predicted this would happen and they've set up camp in a nearby village, waiting for their arrival. The Al-Qatala send some scouts on the highway and are met with Urzik militia resistance, but there's no sign of the Wolf. To complicate the matter, Russian forces also turn up and they're now in a gunfight with the Urzik militia. In an attempt to end the Russian advance, Hadir decides to use his trump card, a truck full of chlorine gas, revealing to us that the men who stole the chlorine gas from Alex in Verdansk in the very first mission of Modern Warfare is in fact Hadir and his men. As the Urzik militia pass out from the chlorine gas, we are taken to a flashback back to 1999, where we discover the reasoning behind Farah and Hadir's motivation to end the Russian occupation of their home in Urzikstan. After the death of their mother and father, they attempt to escape the city but are captured by a Russian general known as General Barkov. Fast forward 10 years and Farah are still being held in captive as prisoners of war in a Russian gulag-style prison. During her imprisonment, Farah has risen up the ranks to the rank of commander of the Urzik Liberation Force and has been sending out messages to the free world calling for help, and that help arrives in the form of Lieutenant John Price and his SAS comrades who assist the commander's escape from Russian imprisonment. Back to the present day, and after revealing Hadir was responsible for the stolen chlorine gas, Laswell's intel suggests he has teamed up with the Al-Qatala forces in an attempt to end the Russian occupation. They track down the Wolf to a secret stronghold in the Urzik mountains and they find him in a secret underground bunker, creating a video message with a suicide vest strapped to his body. Farah confirms the kill on the Wolf, but there is no sign of Hadir. Back at headquarters, Laswell informs the team of some bad news. Hadir and Farah's Urzik Liberation Force have now been recategorized as a foreign terrorist organization by the US military, and they're no longer friends. The leader of the Al-Qatara terrorist organization may be dead, but the group have not stopped operating. The SAS receive intel on a possible terrorist attack in St. Petersburg, Russia. They make their way over on an unsanctioned Black Ops mission. They manage to prevent the terrorist attack alongside capturing the Butcher, the Wolf's right-hand man, and they interrogate him on the whereabouts of Hadir. With the Wolf and now the Butcher being dealt with, the only mission left is to capture Hadir, and the Butcher's intel leads the SAS team to General Barkov's housing estate in Moldova. This is where they find Hadir, but there is no sign of General Barkov, and they discover Hadir has uncovered Barkov's secret chemical weapons factory in eastern Georgia. Hadir is handed over to the Russians, but Price takes the intel on the chemical weapons factory back to Laswell. And their final mission is pretty simple: destroy the Russian chemical factory. In an epic finale, the CIA, the SAS, and the remaining Urzik militia led by Farah lead an assault on the chemical weapons factory in Georgia, but it comes with its complications. A Juggernaut soldier damages Alex's detonator, meaning if they are to destroy this factory, someone's going to have to go into where they're planting the explosives and blow it up themselves. In an emotional standoff, Alex puts himself forward for this, freeing up Farah to allow her to take her revenge on Barkov. General Barkov happens to be at the facility during the assault and he tries to escape, but he cannot outwit Commander Farah Karim. She sneaks onto his helicopter as he's escaping and takes her revenge. With General Barkov out of the picture and coming to terms with the imminent death of our CIA operative Alex, Farah gives the order to Price to blow up the chemical weapons factory. And with that, peace has been restored. Commander Karim has overthrown the Russian occupation and completed her lifelong mission of getting revenge on General Barkov, and the SAS have finally blown up the chemical weapons factory, meaning they've put an end to the chlorine gas threat. In the ending scene of Modern Warfare, Laswell is briefing Price on a new threat. Someone's looking to take over from where General Barkov left off. If Laswell wants Price's help, she needs to agree to a new task force.
Simon Riley.
There's no picture.
Never. Now the rest. That's neat to know. Unless we got a deal.
And there we go, guys. That is the entire summary and a quick recap of the storyline for Modern Warfare 2019. Obviously, Modern Warfare 2 is right around the corner, so if you enjoyed this or you found it useful before picking up the story in Modern Warfare 2 2022, let me know by dropping a like on it down below. I really appreciate it. Thank you for staying tuned to the video. As always, feel free to subscribe to the channel for all of the latest Call of Duty news, tips and tricks, how-tos, class setups, and much more.